This is Cyclocross magazine here with Dylan Zakrajsek at the 2017 Montana Cross Camp. So this is your first time experience, right?
Yes.
How old are you?
I am 13 and my racing age is 15 for cyclocross.
Wow. So you're 13 years old. You're here with stars like Gage Hecht and Tobin Ortenblad. Are those some of your idols in the sport?
Yeah, I've just been kind of like looking out for like those names, kind of like watching them at races, kind of like watching how they, like learning from how they ride. Another big one that I've been like looking out, and one of my other role models is Andy Schmidt. And so, I mean, obviously he hasn't been riding much because of his back, but I mean, even though that, I mean, every chance that I'm able to, I'm going out and riding with him. I learn so much.
Awesome. Is it kind of surreal rubbing shoulders with these guys in the same workouts as them?
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I mean, just to kind of see like what the difference is between my training and their training.
Yeah.
Like just to see like the increase that I've done like with my running. Like that has been like a really big difficult for me. Like past few days, like I would barely even able to like walk without pain.
Yeah.
And then just coming here and watching them do it, I've learned so much on like just how to go through the pain.
Yeah.
And so it's been a really big help.
What was your main motivation in coming to this camp?
Just probably like learning so much, just becoming like a better person and a better racer. Just by learning, I mean, it just gets you so far in the sport.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, just getting to know the role models that you have, along with like getting to be better. So.
You mentioned you wanted to come here and become a better person. Was there something about Jeff Proctor or the camp that you heard that might provide you with those tools?
I would say that just because, I mean, they've been in the sport so long that it's been like they know how to do stuff. I mean, just because I'm starting the sport, I haven't been in it for too very long, but just being like with them, it's just huge. I mean, I've learned so much. It's so awesome.
Awesome. Is cyclocross your focus?
Yeah, I would say I've done a little bit of, done a few mountain bike, a lot of road, but I would say that my main focus is cyclocross.
So after 4 full days of intense workouts and packed days, how are you feeling?
I would say that I'm feeling better than expected, but I'm still sore and tired.
Yeah.
I'm a little ready to just go home because I'm just kind of just tired and sore. So.
What's the first thing you're gonna do when you get home?
Probably rest.
Yeah.
And probably sleep and eat. Probably tell my family all about my experience here, kind of teach the other kids that I'm hanging around, kind of like what I've learned, the other juniors that I'm riding with, kind of if they didn't get to come here, they didn't get to have this experience, just to kind of get them the experience that I had. Awesome.
So you're already going to give back like we talked earlier tonight. That's great. What's the biggest takeaway of this camp?
There's been, I would say, the biggest takeaway has been running.
Really?
I have learned a lot just from watching the clips of Sven Nys, just like with like your steps. It's just, I mean, you see like the Europeans. They just have, I feel like they have better than the USA cycling stuff.
Awesome. So someone watching this interview, they're like, oh, what did he learn about running? How can I change my running? What advice would you have based from this camp?
I would just say watching like those clips compared to like the USA, I would say that we tend to have like longer strides, and we need to practice like with like big, like with the uphills, is like just shorter steps. You know, it can become quicker. You save energy. That's just one big thing that I need to work on. So
save the legs a little bit.
Yeah.
Effectively, kind of like spinning versus pushing a big gear.
That's one big thing that I had to learn at the beginning.
Got it. What's been the highlight?
Just probably, I would say, getting to know and be able to ride and have the resources of like just Jeff Proctor and Gage Hecht and all of the other big riders that are here.
Lance Hayden. Yeah. Awesome. So you spent a lot of time with Jeff Proctor here. How would you describe him?
Well, I would say that
I know I'm putting you on the spot, but
I would say he's a fun guy to be around. He's very like, he has a lot of knowledge, and so I mean, he's so fun to be around. You learn so much about him. I would say that he's been more like one of the fun guys that I've hanged around.
On the surface, it seems like he runs a really tight ship, and he's an English teacher, so maybe a disciplinarian too. But yeah, I think he probably opens up a lot more if you're around for a few days, right?
Yeah, he just like having probably the background that he has of English teacher and just like riding and being in Europe. I mean, he's learned so much, and then for him to give back to the juniors, it's so huge for us.
Awesome. What's your biggest goal for the cross season?
I have a few goals. I would say just to be able to practice probably having better running. I've noticed that when I ran in like Cyclocross and the other big races, I would kind of like lose ground with like the hills and the running. But that's going to be probably like one of my main focuses, running.
And outside of cross, what keeps you busy?
Probably just I did live on a camp, and so I used to help around a ton with that camp.
What kind of camp?
It was a Lake Geneva youth camp,
Okay.
and so it was basically just a Christian camp that you'd get to know, kind of like the Word, and so like you'd get to know like the kids and kind of give out. So
awesome. What was the funniest experience at this camp? You guys were laughing a lot.
So there is we do some bike trips there.
Yeah.
And like some of the fun things that I do is I like to just like mess around and like do wheelies and everything. And I was one time, I think, like just doing them around the parking lot, and I ended up just like flipping backwards.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, it hurt at the moment, but like now just thinking about it, I just like laugh about it because I'm like, just like those silly things that you're like, how?
Yeah.
So.
It's a good memory. What about this camp?
My
room's right next to you guys. I hear a lot of laughter. There's got to be some funny things.
Yeah, it's just kind of like some of the fun things that are like on the rides that are just like happening, like some like, it's just like a lot of things that are like going on. So it's like you just like see something that you're like that you just like start laughing about. And
Goofing off.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Just having fun on the rides.
So kids can still be kids on this.
Yeah. That's one big thing that's fun. It's not super like strict. It's not super like, I mean, obviously it's scheduled, but I mean, at the same time, it's like you can be a kid, you can just have fun, you can laugh, it's not like intense, like, so good to have some freedom.
If another kid is watching this interview and aspiring to come to this camp but wants to come prepared, what advice would you give them?
I would say to just like practice a lot with running and with just your skills, and try, if you have the ability to get to like bleachers, just do a bunch of like different drills, do some like different like circuit stuff like jump roping, and just like, it's not just cycling that you come here. I mean, there's different skills that you bring. So it's like, if you are a track runner or a cross-country runner, that stuff will come here and it'll bring you a long way.
Awesome. Hopefully we'll see you back here at camp.
Yes, I hope to.
Great. Thanks so much for your time.